What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back another video on the channel, and today I'm checking in on one of my favorite restaurants I've reviewed in the last year. Bloom Chicken is located in Hackensack, New Jersey. It is a Korean fried chicken spot, and the first time I had this, I fell in love with the chicken. I just wanted to have it again. This is more of a cravings thing, but some of y'all didn't see that video because it's been a while, and this is some of my favorite chicken, so I wanted to showcase that, and I got my favorite stuff from there because I've been there multiple times now, and I just, honestly, finals is on. Heat are down by like 3 or whatever it is. Don't really matter because I don't really care who wins the game, but I had to get some of this food. Let me take you through the breakdown of what we got real quick. My top 3 favorite things from Bloom Chicken. I got a 10-piece order of wings with the sweet and spicy and the Korean barbecue. Then I got an order of their dumplings, their pork dumpling, which I really, really like. They must have ran out of the wrappers because usually everything is in this nice looking Louis Vuitton, Gucci looking designer stuff that I really like. So let me just, here, let me show you what y'all these look like. And let's try to take these out real quick. This is not a smart idea, but that's good. I got paper down, so we didn't make too much of a mess. This is the box the wings came in. And then last, this was one of my favorite things from there, man. I looked on their DoorDash before I ordered. The top 3 menu items are the 3 things that I reviewed that I like the most. I don't know if I can take credit for that, but the shrimp burger was crazy. So the shrimp burger is the #2 order thing. The wings were the #1. Let me take this out too for y'all real quick. This is the wasabi coleslaw, which goes crazy. You got an order of their truffle fries, which I really, really like. I'm gonna bite one of these fries real quick because I can't stand just looking at these. And the crisp, the seasoning, the amount of truffle on here, watch. Yeah, it's still bang. All the truffle, a little bit of that parm. I rated all these. We can do it again. Those are 10s, man. They go crazy. But let's start off with these wings. I can hear the, yeah, y'all know. Sweet and spicy wings. This is like a no-brainer, but their sauce is as perfect gets for me. Perfect balance of the sweet with the spicy, and it comes in waves. At first, you get a little bit of that sweet, and then you start to get that hint of spicy. At the end, not overly spicy, not overly sweet. The key to a good sauce, and a lot of these places that make, this type of fried chicken do really good sauces, but theirs is my favorite. Not too much of either one. The sauce is like a nice, sticky little glaze. The wings are cooked perfectly for my taste. I bit through the damn bone. The breading isn't too heavy. I can't tell you how good this is. Good to see with as well as how they're doing. I got a paper towel. That the quality of the food has not gone down at all. I know they've been and had an influx of orders. I'm not saying that just my review helped, but after my review, I did get a message from them saying that, you know, the number of people that have come in has been a lot more. And I think this place totally deserves it. I don't take money. There's no nothing from that. The only thing I get is the satisfaction and the smile that y'all can enjoy some good food with me. Those, to me, are some of my favorite wings I've ever eaten. Straight up, 10 out of 10. Miami was up 22-10 when I first started watching this game. It's 39-32 Denver now. I'm not rooting for either team, but Denver is really good, man. Let's get these Korean barbecue going, though. Let's go. I just can't tell you how good these are, man. Big, meaty-ass wing. Look at that on the inside. Their barbecue is not what we Americans would think of when it comes to barbecue. It's not a barbecue sauce. It more comes off as like a sweet honey sticky glaze. I know, I'm smacking away, bro. Y'all gotta try this, bro. I'm watching the game, I'm like, yo, what can I get? I'm like, bro, I'm in the mood. I haven't had it in a while. As good as it gets. As good as it gets. Give me one more. Look at that. Look at that sauce in there. They're so good. Again, the wing bone. I don't know if they marinate in this or something for tenderness, but that's the second time that I have bitten clean and the bone was in half. Those are amazing. Amazing. Those are my favorite, but those are like a close second. I give those a 9.8 out of 10. And just for reference, before I continue, I do have to say this because some people get confused with the ratings. I don't just hand out 10s to everything. 10 to me means it is absolutely perfect and you can't get any better. These are amazing. On their own, I think people might enjoy those more than those, but I prefer a spicy with my sweet. So when I'm building a perfect wing, 9 times out of 10 it is going to be a sweet and spicy. But those are still super elite. The only thing that it is missing, in my opinion, comes from the fact that it's missing a spicy element. There are other wings that I would give a 9.8 or a 9.9 that are sweet and spicy and really, really good, but aren't these. I know some people think it doesn't make sense. Why don't you just give it a 10? But in my head, when I rank things, that is what it is. It is as good gets, but there's something about these that are just, boom. I've rated a ton of wings over the last few years, and I think I've given out 3 10s. And that's just, like, you can't say everything is perfect, but you give something a 9.7, like, you can't really go wrong with those. Some other people might think those are better, because they're that good. But let me get back into this. I did have to say that. These are their Korean pork dumplings. That's what it says in the menu. Some people said, I'm sorry, I got a little cold, that, you know, these aren't, I'm just reading right off the menu. I don't want to mess up their own menu and say something that it's not. But these are their pork dumplings. I think you get like 10 in a pack. And I love the crunch and the crisp on these. These look darker than the ones that I had before. There's a wasabi glaze and another sauce on here, which I can't remember at the time. But can y'all see that? Hold on. This is going to crunch. There are noodles in this, by the way. I'm gonna be honest with you though. I said it looked darker. Those are cooked more than the ones I had before, which the last ones I gave a 10 to. They still taste amazing, but I noticed there's a bit of an overdoneness to it this time. Again, I'm never gonna sit here and lie to y'all. They're still very good. If this is your first time having it, you might say that these are overdone, which I get. I get a lot of wasabi, and then there's a bit of like a sweet and spicy sauce on this as well. They're still really damn good. They're not perfect like last time, but they're as close as perfect gets to it. They just left them in fryer too long. But even with that, I'll eat those whole damn things. 9.5 out of 10. And last, this blew my mind the first time I had it. It's my first time ever having it when I got it from here the first time. But it's a shrimp burger. It comes with a wasabi coleslaw, which they put on the side so that the bun doesn't get too soggy. There's also an, I believe an aioli on here, but I can't remember. I think it might be a garlic aioli, but I'm gonna put this coleslaw I loved the first time I got it. So I'm gonna just pop a nice little helping on here, and boom. Okay. I hope this is as good as the first time, because this thing blew my mind. Here we go. Shrimp burger. There's at least a pound of shrimp in this damn thing. Look at that. There's no fillers. It's just shrimp. It's not overcooked, I'm sorry. It's still super juicy. And the nice crunch and the flavor that you get. From that wasabi aioli will blow your mind. You combine that with these fries right here. I don't have much of a basis of anything because I haven't had many shrimp burgers. This is literally my second one I've ever had. But I'd like to find a shrimp burger as good as that. Boy, one more bite. I gave it a 10 the first time. I'll still give it a 10. The ingredients, the coleslaw, the crunch, the crispness of the burger is still juicy, not dried out at all. The only comparison I would have, and Denver's up 13, would be like a crab burger. I've had those, and sometimes they get a little dry, but I know crab meat's a little bit different. But even when it's lump meat, if you don't cook it right, it dries out. But this, I gotta get one bite, bro. I want you to notice I didn't get as much food as I usually get, because I'm gonna eat it all. I know I am. And I knew going in. But that is a 10. For those keeping track, 10, 10, 10, 9.7, 9.5. That's real. This is a place I found basically just by looking on the internet. I saw really good ratings, and it was as good as advertised. The quality of the ingredients was always on point. Everything's fresh, made to order. It is really good. I have a few restaurants that I've done that I've always talked about as some of the best I've reviewed in the last few years, and this is definitely one of them. Since then, they've opened up another location in New York, I believe in Queens, if I'm not mistaken. I've spoken to the owner once or twice, more or less. They messaged me on Instagram because they have an Instagram account. And again, I'm not saying that I am responsible for the growth of this place at all. I can't say that I didn't have a hand in it because I've had a lot of people tell me they've gone after a few times that I've reviewed it. And I hate getting sentimental, but this is what it's all about to me. Small businesses, making really good food, and I don't want to take credit for anything because they deserve every bit of success that comes their way. From my interactions and other people's interactions, everybody in there was really, really nice. The service is always really good. They never, even this time, did I paid for this. I didn't, go in there and, start trying to, they offered to give free food, but if I can support in any way, just by buying my food, like, I'm always going to do that. If you want to try this place out and live in my area, I know a lot of people that have. It's excellent. It really is. Really small place. But I want to say this before I get out of here. And Denver's at 15. I want to thank everybody that has given me the opportunity to even have a platform to showcase places like this, because that is personally the two most gratifying things about this whole journey so far has been this. One, I get to share my love. This is something that is not an act for me. This is who I've been for the better part of my life. I grew up watching a lot of Food Network shows, and I've been really passionate about food and trying different foods, and I feel like food is a love language for me. And I don't mean that in like a, husband and wife kind of way. I mean that in like just family get-togethers, culture, that kind of stuff. And it's always been a passion of mine. I never thought I would have the opportunity to do this semi-professionally, professionally, whatever you want to call it, at any point. And that's not because of me, that's because of you guys. So I do want to thank you for that. And number two, in this era in 2023, corporations have become the thing that, is in charge of even the food industry. A lot of chain restaurants, which I still do eat at. I'm not saying don't go to these places at all, but I never want to disregard what to me is the lifeblood, what the culture is, what the passion is, which is people that learned recipes from their own cultures or other cultures and shared that with a personal touch. I like franchise restaurants. I'll continue to do them, but there's something missing when you walk into places like that. If I go to this place multiple times, usually with the places that are exceptional, they remember who you are. They are usually, you know, the owner is right there in the trenches with everybody cooking the food. You know, they're not answering to somebody that's, you know, hundreds of miles away and things. And that kind of stuff for me is super important. And I don't ever want the world, not just this country, to lose that, because that is what food is about to me. Home cooked culture, you know, not just you're a number. And I get it. I like fast food. I still do those restaurants, but like, this is what it is for me, man. It always has been, and I think it always will be. You know, I've had a lot of opportunities to learn a lot of different owners in the area, and even people that have inquired from other states. If I ever get to travel, bro, I'm coming to hang out with y'all too. I've had owners of restaurants in Oregon be like, yo, come to my restaurant, stuff like that. And I can't wait to be able to do that. And you guys gave me that opportunity, and I want to pay that forward, not just by sharing this stuff with you guys, but also with them, because they're the ones doing the work. You know, I get to just eat this stuff and talk about it. And that's a blessing for me, but I want to make sure that those people... I want to thank Toretto for ruining at least 200 videos over the last 2 years, bro. If you've been here long enough, you already know what that is, but I love that. I love this. You know, I've just been real reflective today, and yeah, nah, just thank you, man. Seriously, it's been great. I'm not a perfect person. You know, I'm a human being. Some people kind of lose that with me, that I'm a human. You know, I am going to be in the comments sometimes. I may not answer in the way that you want me to answer. I never mean anything like malicious, but you know, I'm gonna continue to be me no matter where this goes or where it's been. And thank you guys again, man. I'm gonna go watch the rest of this game. I didn't get to stream yesterday because I was under the weather. That's the last thing I want to say. I've been under the weather the last couple of days. Nothing serious, but when the weather starts to change, right now it went from being like 70 degrees normally to like 90, 92. Some people make comments about, like, they say that I look like I'm, you know, 420. They look like I look like I'm crying. I've had hereditary sinus problems, like, since my adult life. I used to make fun of my mother for it, for having sinus problems and stuff. I used to be like, aha, like, stop being a whatever. And now that I'm an adult, I deal with the same stuff. So when weather changes for me, I get these really bad migraines. It makes it tough. I have 3 key lights in my face, which you can't see. They're super bright. Sometimes they make me tear up. And when I have migraines, where I can't look at these for long enough. So some of my last few videos have been a little bit shorter. I don't want y'all to think there's anything stupid. I'm not like forgetting or trying or whatever. It's just, when you put out stuff every day, like, you got to deal with you're sick. You got to deal with you're tired. And I'm cool with that. But I still have to be smart enough that if the last time I tried to push through and I didn't feel well, I ended up not making videos for 3 days and then broke my streak. So I don't want to do that again. So I continue to do load management. But I'm feeling better now. We're back to business. And I'll be back, just like I always am, tomorrow. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.